At precisely 7:41 a.m. local time, on the 28th of March 2025, the Earth moved. A monstrous earthquake, registering a powerful 7.7 on the Richter scale, ripped through the heart of Myanmar. Its epicenter lay a mere 10 kilometers beneath the surface, a proximity that amplified the quake's devastating power. The epicenter was located 16 kilometers north-northwest of Sagaing, a city in close proximity to Mandalay, Myanmar's second-largest city. Mandalay, a bustling hub of commerce and culture, was thrown into chaos. Buildings swayed violently, their foundations groaning under the strain. Walls cracked and crumbled, showering streets below with debris. Glass shattered, raining down shards onto terrified pedestrians. The city's infrastructure, already strained by years of underinvestment, buckled under the onslaught. Reports from Mandalay painted a grim picture. Casualties were mounting, with early estimates suggesting hundreds injured and dozens feared dead. Hospitals, overwhelmed by the influx of injured, struggled to cope. Medical supplies ran dangerously low. The city's once vibrant spirit was shrouded in fear and uncertainty. The tremors weren't confined to Mandalay. In Yangon, Myanmar's largest city and former capital, a palpable sense of dread gripped the populace. High-rise buildings swayed precariously as the earth shook, prompting mass evacuations. Terrified residents poured out onto the streets, seeking safety in open spaces, their faces etched with anxiety. Sagaing, the city closest to the epicenter, bore the brunt of the earthquake's fury. The level of devastation was catastrophic. Buildings were reduced to rubble, their skeletal remains stark reminders of the disaster's raw power. The city's infrastructure lay in ruins, crippling communication and hampering rescue efforts. The air was thick with the smell of dust, smoke, and the faint but unmistakable scent of death. Further south, in the ancient city of Bagan, a UNESCO World Heritage Site renowned for its thousands of Buddhist temples and pagodas, lies a treasure trove of history and spirituality. This ancient city, with its sprawling landscape dotted with sacred structures, has long been a beacon for pilgrims and tourists alike. However, the recent earthquake inflicted a different kind of devastation. The ground shook with a ferocity that the region had not experienced in decades, leaving a trail of destruction in its wake. The tremors toppled ancient stupas, their once soaring forms reduced to heaps of broken brick and mortar. These structures, which had stood the test of time for centuries, crumbled in mere moments. Centuries-old murals, painstakingly crafted by artisans long gone, were marred by cracks or lost beneath piles of rubble. These artworks, which once told stories of devotion and history, now lay in ruins. The damage to Bagan was not just physical. The earthquake's impact reverberated through the hearts of the people, shaking their sense of identity and heritage. It was a blow to the soul of Myanmar. The sight of emotional locals surveying the damage, mourning the loss of their cultural treasures, was heart-wrenching. These temples, some dating back to the 11th century, were more than just tourist attractions. They were living monuments, embodying the spirit and resilience of the Myanmar people. They were tangible links to the country's rich history, powerful symbols of faith and resilience. The intricate carvings and detailed architecture spoke volumes about the craftsmanship and dedication of those who built them. Their destruction represented an immeasurable loss, a gaping wound in the nation's cultural heritage. The path to restoration will be long and arduous, but the spirit of Bagan and its people remains unbroken. Tremors across borders, Thailand, India, and the echo of disaster. The earthquake's impact extended far beyond Myanmar's borders, sending shockwaves through the region and affecting neighboring countries. In neighboring Thailand, tremors were felt in Bangkok, the bustling capital city. The usually vibrant streets were filled with an air of unease as people tried to comprehend the sudden jolt. High-rise buildings swayed ominously, sending residents fleeing into the streets. The fear of aftershocks kept the city on edge, with many choosing to stay outdoors rather than risk being inside. The city's metro system was temporarily shut down as a precautionary measure, adding to the sense of disruption. Commuters were left stranded, waiting anxiously for updates on when it would be safe to resume their journeys. Northern Thailand, closer to the epicenter, experienced stronger tremors. The rural communities, often less prepared for such events, felt the brunt of the quake's force. Reports emerged of minor structural damage in Chiang Mai and Chiang Rai, popular tourist destinations known for their temples and lush landscapes. Tourists and locals alike were seen assessing the damage, their plans disrupted by the unexpected event. While the damage in Thailand paled in comparison to the devastation in Myanmar, it served as a stark reminder of the interconnectedness of the region and the unpredictable nature of seismic events. The echoes of the disaster were felt far and wide, highlighting the need for regional cooperation in disaster preparedness and response. Aftershocks and anxious whispers. The looming threat of further collapse. In the hours following the initial earthquake, a series of aftershocks, some registering as high as 6.2 on the Richter scale, continued to rattle the region. These aftershocks, while less powerful than the main quake, posed a significant threat. They had the potential to topple already weakened buildings, hindering rescue efforts and causing further casualties. The threat of aftershocks added to the sense of urgency in the rescue efforts. Rescue workers, racing against time to find survivors trapped beneath the rubble, had to contend with the constant fear of further tremors. The psychological toll on survivors, already traumatized by the initial quake, was immeasurable. A wave of compassion, rescue workers, international aid, and the fight for survival. As news of the disaster spread, a wave of compassion and support swept across the globe. International aid organizations mobilized, sending teams of rescue workers, medical supplies, and essential goods to Myanmar. The United Nations pledged its support, releasing emergency funds and coordinating relief efforts. Within Myanmar, ordinary citizens displayed extraordinary courage and resilience. Neighbors helped neighbors, digging through rubble with bare hands, sharing food and water, offering comfort and support. The spirit of unity and resilience, so characteristic of the Burmese people, shone through the darkness. Echoes of the past, hope for the future. The March 28 earthquake was a stark reminder of Myanmar's vulnerability to seismic activity. The tremors that shook the land left behind a trail of destruction, reducing homes and buildings to rubble. Families were displaced and communities were left to grapple with the aftermath of nature's fury. The country lies on the Alpine Belt, a seismically active zone where the Indian tectonic plate collides with the Eurasian plate. This geological setting has long been a source of both beauty and danger for Myanmar. The constant movement of these massive plates beneath the Earth's surface creates a landscape that is as breathtaking as it is perilous. This collision has sculpted the region's dramatic landscapes, but it also makes it prone to earthquakes. The majestic mountain ranges and rolling hills are a testament to the powerful forces at work beneath the ground. Yet these same forces can unleash devastating earthquakes that threaten lives and livelihoods. While the road to recovery would be long and arduous, the resilience of the human spirit offered hope. In the face of such overwhelming destruction, the people of Myanmar began the painstaking process of rebuilding. Brick by brick, they worked to restore their homes and their communities, driven by an unyielding determination to reclaim what was lost. The outpouring of support from the international community, coupled with the unwavering determination of the Burmese people, provided a glimmer of light amidst the devastation. Aid organizations and volunteers from around the world arrived to lend a helping hand, bringing with them supplies, expertise, and a message of solidarity. The task ahead was monumental, but the spirit of hope, flickering amidst the ruins, refused to be extinguished. Candlelight vigils and community gatherings became symbols of resilience and unity. In the darkest of times, the people of Myanmar found strength in each other, proving that even in the face of adversity, hope can shine through.